My lighting is off like a bitch. Ooh, this is better. There we go. Hold on. Hold on. Let me move. There we go. This better. Much better. Drop my motherfucking phone. Alright, here we go. Better. Bam. Alright, this is gonna be short. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'm still off. Still off. So, the title of this is Co-Parenting. It's not about you. Let that man see them kids. Co-parenting. It's not about you. Let that man see them kids. I like this new nose ring. It's cute, but it's like turning. There it go. Co. There's two. Co-parenting, cooperate, co-op requires two. Let that man see them kids. Let these men in general see their kids. If you raising kids all by yourself, it's hard. It's truly hard. You got to deal with all the changes that they go through, every stage, from the first step to the step out your house. You're dealing with it all. They emotions, their mental state, their physical state, whatever sports that they play, whatever teams that they get on, could be sports, could be the debate team, the chess team, could be cheerleading. Maybe they want to, get into martial arts. Whatever it is that your child got to do, as mothers, we make it hard, very hard on ourselves when we do not allow the other parent to be involved. You heaping coals on your own head, making extra work for yourself. And let's just say that you had a kid or kids with an S, plural, not singular, and you ended up meeting someone that was cool with playing stepdaddy, cool with being a stepfather, cool with being in that kid's life, in the kid's life, and they're not his. Okay, great, awesome. But as long as their real biological father is alive and well, they still have a right to be involved in their life if they want to be. Now, if a person had told you, I don't want shit to do with you, I don't want shit to do with them kids, I don't want shit, I'm going on about my business, I'm living my life, cool. There's nothing you can do about that. You move on. But sometimes just because a new person that came into a motherfucker life, they will dismiss the biological father. We don't need you no more. We got so and so to do this. Well, tomorrow not promised. The stepdaddy could walk out and something happen to him tomorrow. He could decide that, you know what, these ain't my kids. I want my own kids with a new woman who ain't got none already, so that I can have the first and last and everything with her. Then what? Let that man see them kids. Don't matter who in your life, who done came into your life. Unless that man has abused the kids in some way, whether it be, sexual abuse, physical abuse, mental, emotional abuse, any of that. And even if there has been that type of thing present, there's still a way for you to allow some sort of involvement, depending on what the infraction was. Okay. Now, of course, if it was he was beating on him, he's a pedophile, then of course your kids might not even want to see the motherfucker again. You know. And I understand a lot of women say that, oh, I'm protecting my kids. I'm protecting them from this person's inconsistency. I'm protecting them from, they coming around when they want to or when they feel like it. And one minute they're around, next minute they not. And I'm protecting my kids from this instability or, from later on accepting somebody that is going to be wishy-washy with them. I'm protecting my kids from developing um, unhealthy relationships later in life. I get that. I get that. But as parents, we got to talk to our kids about that. We have to talk to our kids about, the types of relationships that they want to develop as they grow and as they grow up. And we have to put those, relationships where people are one foot in, one foot out in front of them and discuss it as it is. Don't, you know, pull no punches. Ask your kids flat out, how they feel about it. And if they're really small, let's say they're babies, let's say they're toddlers, and they're not able to have that any dialogue with you, okay? You still allow that person to be able to come through. Still give them that connection. Still give them the opportunity to have that. Because what you don't want is a kid later coming around saying, well, when I was little, you didn't let this person come around. You didn't give them a chance. You didn't give them an opportunity or none of that. Now they in therapy about what you didn't allow, what you didn't do. Now they're dealing with, was it really his fault or was it yours? A lot of mothers do this thinking that they're helping and and believing that later on in the kid life that the kid is going to uphold them so greatly when the kid might look at you crazy too. I don't have a relationship with my father because my mother wouldn't allow him to have one with me, because when I was such and such age, he didn't come around, or he didn't do this or he didn't do that, and you know she just didn't allow it to happen. And then he gave up. He stopped trying. That's what a lot of men do. A lot of men, they'll just stop trying, and they'll wait for that child to be a teenager or damn near grown or already grown over 18, 20, whatever, and they come into that child life, and maybe within after that child was a few years old, he start getting his stuff together, reached out, you didn't get no fuck, he went on with his life, and done changed some things, and maybe he's on to a great career, maybe he opened a business, maybe he did whatever it is, because a lot of women be equating how good the daddy is with how much money he's able to give and what the fuck he's able to provide. So now he's a great provider. He done built himself up and got a new family, and is a great dad to those kids or whatever. Or maybe he didn't have any more kids. I don't know. But now that child is grown and bigger, and he the one that's able to come through and bring them a car with the bow on it. He the one able to come through and help them with the down payment on their house. He the one that's able to come through and say, I'm gonna add you to my credit cards as an authorized user and boost their credit to 700, and you wasn't able to. And they not thinking about, all the time that maybe he wasn't there. They think about the here and the now. When you make it about you and not about what the kids need, they lose every time. They lose every time. Real fucking talk. They lose every time. It's 2024. It's a new year. I really hope that the mothers in 2023 and previously get their fucking mind right now in this new year, in this new time, and say, you know what? I'm gonna allow it. I'm gonna answer the phone when he called. I'm gonna answer the FaceTime when he contacted kids. You could not stand him, hate his guts. Fuck the man once, got pregnant, don't really know him from a can of paint. Whatever your situation is, it don't fucking matter. It's about the kids. Because that person is a part of them. He ain't part of you, he part of them. When they look in the mirror, they seeing not just you, they seeing them. Even if the child look just like you, which usually don't happen, a lot of times the kid takes the father's genes. A lot of times. Sometimes kids, oh, you look just like your mama. How often do you hear that though? Most of the time you hear, man, you look just like your daddy. They looking in the mirror, they wondering, who do I look like? Why my eyes doing this? Why my nose doing this? Why my lips doing this? Why my forehead doing this? Why my hairline doing this? And if they have no connection to the other half of them, they can feel empty as a person, or they can feel incomplete. I don't know what's worse, feeling empty or incomplete. I guess that'll be for them and the therapist to talk about and decide when they are 20 something, 30 something, and wondering why they feel like they in a hole within their feelings, within their emotions, because something is missing. Wondering why they've been doing different things throughout their 20s and their 30s, trying to fill a void that they didn't understand why it was there. You helping to open that void up by taking away the father's ability to be in the kid's life. I don't give a fuck if you don't want the kid to go around them. Like this whole thing with I don't forgot the lady name. The lady that married Young Jesus, right? Now they getting divorced, or they gotten divorced, what the fuck ever. And I seen something about her saying she didn't want the baby around or some shit because of him having guns. If you don't like what he does, let's say you messed with the dude that's in the trap, you know what I'm saying? Let's say you mess with the man that's in the trap. He doing his thing. He jugging. Okay, he do all kind of stuff, or he broke starving and gangs banging. I don't know. Let's just say, and you don't like his environment. You don't like where he lives. You don't like you don't like his surroundings. You don't like his house. You don't like his family. You don't like that the other baby mama that he lived with, and you don't want your child to go over there because you're fearful for their safety or for how they're going to be treated or whatever. Even if your child went over there once and you did give that, you did allow that, and it didn't go that great or whatever, to say, oh, you ain't never seen my child again, you still crazy. You're still stupid. Still gonna cause a problem. Still gonna help widen that void and that hole in your child. Let the man come to your house. Let him come to where you at. You don't want him to know where you stay. That's crazy, because you fucked him and you had a baby, but you don't want him to know where you stay. It's odd as fuck. But okay, maybe he crazy. Maybe I don't know. All right. The man should. Personally, I think that should be. What's the word? Personally, I think it should be mandatory that the father know where the child let it hit at. Because what if something happened? What if something happened to you? Fuck. But okay, let's just say you don't want the motherfucker to know where you live. Okay, find a neutral meeting spot. We gonna meet at the McDonald's play place. Kids love McDonald's. Let's say, oh, you don't feed your kid McDonald's. Okay, cool. We gonna get some healthy food together and meet us at the park. You give space for that to happen because your kids need that shit. need it. Like they need water. Like they need oxygen. They need it. I don't give a fuck how much money he ain't got. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if something happened to him. You know, somebody slipped something in his drink and now he walking around town talking to himself. I don't give a fuck. Them kids need to know who their father is. They really do. Now, if you had children by someone, and this has happened, of course, not all the time, you know, one of those, you know, anomalies, but let's say you had a child with somebody, and soon as you had the child, they disappear. As soon as you found out you was pregnant, disappear. Never see them, okay? And then you get with a new person, and this person has assumed that role. And this is the only father that your children know, and they don't want to know anybody else. I would say that would be the only time that you shouldn't try for them to have that relationship. Should you be honest, especially as they get older? Should you be honest about if a person is their biological father or not? I think that has more to do with what your family dynamic is. That may change for some people. Some kids might not even want to know because this is the father that they know, right? But if they are growing up without that, and it's just you, or you know, it took some time for this step person to come into their life. They ain't stupid. They know they came from some fucking body. It wasn't, you didn't make the baby by yourself. They gonna be looking again. Look in the mirror. Who do I look like? What's to me? It's gonna be things that come out of them and their personality, in their psyche, and just who they are. That's going to be indicative of another person. That's going to make them understand, like, who am I like, or make them question who am I like? Who am I acting like? Where did I get this from? And if you've closed that door, you're gonna make it much harder for your child to develop their identity and knowing who they are. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. So I'm gonna start here and go back. So I've been in therapy for a little over a year, and it's been really good. It's been really good. And most of the time, in me and my therapist conversations, I'm not discussing my father. I'm not discussing. I'm not discussing him as far as something I need to grow from or some any of that. Okay, let's just start there. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. All right. So now I'm 38. Okay, so 38-year-old me in therapy, a lot of shit that I talk about, discuss, whatever, don't got nothing to do with my father. If anything, a lot of the positive things that I may say or whatever have to do with the relationship that I developed with my father. All right. When I was born, prior to me being born, my parents had been married for, I don't know, 20 years. Because I'm the baby. Okay. They had been married for a long time, and you know, it didn't work out. You know, whatever that their story is, it didn't work out. Okay. They were still married on paper, but they were separated. They did not get a divorce until I was, I don't know, 8 or something. So they were separated for some years, for a while, almost a decade. Okay. He had left the house. He was gone. Had his own place, whatever. And my mother was still dealing with him sexually, because in her mind, as a woman in the church and stuff like that. In her mind, that's still her husband. Even though we separated on paper, we still took vows. It's still my husband. So if she was having sex with anyone, it was him. If she felt she wanted to be scratched, she went to him. So that's how I came about, even though they were separated. Okay. With that being said, my father was not around often, and he drop in, drop out. I remember she told me a story about how when I was like one or something, he would come over, he would hold me for a little while, and then, after a while, he would leave. So she said what I started doing as a baby, as a toddler, I would sit down. You know how a baby put all their weight down, don't let you pick them up. I wouldn't let him pick me up. I would sit there and make him wait to be able to pick me up, so that he would have to stay there longer. And then I finally would let him pick me up, and then after that, he would leave. Okay. And she was looking at that like, man, this baby's smarter than me. Shit. But she allowed him to see me. And it didn't matter, I'm sure, I don't remember, but I'm sure that there were times that he said he was coming and maybe didn't come, or didn't come at the time he said he was going to come, you know, or did what I just said, where he would come and not be there long as maybe as she thought or whatever that he should be there, but he came. As I got older, you know, my dad would come get us or would come get me. Um, you know what I'm saying? Because my other siblings they're a lot older than me. Most of my siblings are old enough to be my parent. Okay, so they was already teens or in college or whatever, and I'm the baby, right? So he would come get me, and I would go, wherever that he lived at. I would go, be with him, and my dad could cook his ass off. He dead now. My dad died when I was like 20. But okay, he would cook for me, take me to the candy store, give me whatever I wanted as a little kid. You know what I'm saying? Back then, you go to the candy store for $5 and ball the fuck out. Okay, it's a different fucking time now. Shit, but this is back in the late '80s, early '90s. Okay, and I developed a relationship with my dad on my own. My mom didn't have to be there. She wasn't supervising our visits. She would drop me off, or he would come get me, or whatever. And it didn't matter whether he had a girlfriend or whatever his situation is. My mom didn't care about that. She cared about me seeing my father. Okay. Sidebar: my mom lost her dad when she was a little girl, so I feel like she understood how much a kid need their father, and that's why it wasn't no thing to her. All right, my mama old school, and my dad would come, you know what I'm saying, see me, whatever, and then as I got older, listening to other people and listening to bitter bitches in my family and shit like that, and just people in general, and stuff, I started to feel a way about my dad, because my mom and my grandmother and stuff like that was the ones that was doing more so financially for me and stuff like that. And I got that, teenage, you can't tell me what to do, that bullshit or whatever. So, there was definitely some times that I got smart with my dad, cussed him out, shit like that. Got upset, woo. But he never stopped coming around, because my mom always left that door open. Literally, I want to say at one point she gave my dad a key. He was able to come stay at our house. If he was coming to see us, I remember many days that I wake up my daddy on the couch. And my mama had been divorced by the end, all that kind of stuff. Okay. All right. And then as I got over my attitude, all right, um, and I got a little bit older, our relationship, got better. I forgave him for the things that he wasn't able to do or whatever. But again, he was around for me to cultivate and recultivate the relationship. Okay, he was around for me to be able to realize certain things and understand him and see him and all that shit for myself. All right, my mom and dad got remarried when I was about, I think, 18. something like that. Okay, so all these years don't went by, they got remarried. And so my dad moved in my mom's house, and our relationship got like even better, right? You know, I'm kicking it with my dad, hanging out with him and stuff. Of course, you know, at this point now I'm like grown, you know what I'm saying? So different stuff I was, you know, able to do with my dad. I did, you know what I'm saying? You know, we hung out and stuff like that, and it was cool. It was cool. And then like I got pregnant, went to college, ended up getting pregnant, and I had moved out, and my mom and dad made me move back home because I was big and pregnant, living up on the second floor. My daddy was like, hell no, you know what I'm saying? Let me bring my baby home so I can cook for her and take care of her, make sure she's straight, make sure she's good. You know, about to have this baby. My son's father lived out of town. You know what I'm saying? So my dad he did this thing. Moved back in with my parents, had my son. My dad was an amazing grandfather, did all the things, you know, was fully like entrenched in my son's life, like probably the way that he wished that he would have been with me or with some of his other children or whatever. He, you know, tried to make up for that, I guess. And he passed when my son was 2. They said when they went to clean out his area, you know, of the house, he had like a separate area basically. I ain't gonna go into detail, but basically he had all my son's shit was down there, like old Pampers and old bottles and you know all kind of kid stuff, all kind of baby shit was down there, and it was hard. It was really hard for me to lose him because I had a relationship with him. I had kept a relationship with him. My dad didn't have a lot of money. My dad was on drugs. Uh, for real, like on blow. Okay, um, you know, sometimes he'll be on what's that methadone, and other times he'll be on blow. Quite a few times, my daddy was holding my son, talking shit, and the nigga get to nodding. You know what I'm saying? And wake up, daddy, get up. He, huh? You know. But I still honored my father. I still gave a fuck about my father. All right, because my mother did not allow different things that he didn't do, who he wasn't, who she thought he was supposed to be, or what the fuck ever, to make her not allow him to be able to be in his child life. She allowed us to decide if we wanted to fuck with him as we got older or whatever. And it didn't matter that he didn't have a lot or whatever, he was still an active father. I acted up on the bus one time, told the bus driver to kiss my ass. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I think I was like 6. My daddy came and got me off of that bus. I was staying with my granny. I was staying with my granny house through the week because my mama worked a lot. And I would go home on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? My mama would come over there. And my dad, since he knew that's where I was at when I was a baby, he was always at my grandmother's house. All right? And then on the weekend, he'll be at my mama's house a lot of the time. Okay? So he get me off the bus, and the bus driver talking to him and stuff like that. Woo, you know what I'm saying? And whatever transpired with them, all I know is at the end of the conversation, I had to write "kiss my ass" 250 times. I don't think I said "kiss my ass" again till I was 35. Okay, and he was definitely on drugs back then. Whew, definitely was. But keep a Coke 45, keep a old English. But he was a father. He helped in raising me. And it didn't matter that he didn't really have a lot. It didn't matter that he couldn't take me fucking shopping. It didn't matter that he could only go to the corner store and give me some chips and candy and pop It didn't fucking matter. Lessons that he taught me, things that he showed me, uh, different game that he gave me about people and about the streets and about, how you supposed to conduct yourself, you know what I'm saying, as far as when you're around other folks and when you're around men and when just living life. All that shit added up. But let's say, what if she had never allowed that? What would I be feeling? What would I be thinking? Let's say she had never allowed that, and then at 20, he passed away. How would that have, what type of state of mind would that have left me in? I think a lot of women are not thinking about what happens when that door is closed and your child don't have no way to establish no relationship with that person no more. And you have let all this time go by. Let's say the person ain't dead. Maybe they had a stroke. Or maybe they about to die. Something so much going on with them. And make it even harder. They sitting up in the hospital, they in hospice care or whatever, and there go y'all daddy, meet y'all daddy. Bitch, you had 15 years to let these kids meet their daddy. You had 20 years to let these kids meet their daddy. You had 10 years to let these kids meet their daddy. The fuck? Don't make it about you. Your child will be older and blaming you, looking at you crazy. It might be something about their dad and their dad's side that they need to know or learn. Blood types. You know what I'm saying? They might need a kidney one motherfucking day. Any fucking thing. I don't know. But they need to know. They need to know their father. They need to be around them. They need to have time with them. And I don't give a fuck if you mad, if you in your feelings, if you hurt. A lot of women do this. They be hurt because the man, especially if they was with the man, they be hurt because the man was with them and then left them to go be with somebody else. They be hurt because the man was with them and just left them in general. Maybe they was young. The man didn't know how to work out, different problems or issues or whatever. They was young. The man didn't know how to express different things or whatever. So the woman got to and all this other shit and snapping the fuck out on him and shit about what the fuck ever that they done been through. He left. You got the fight or flight. Some people don't want to sit and do the back and forth and fight with you. They just gonna fucking leave. But then maybe the next day, 2 days later, a week later, here they come. I want to see my son. I want to see my seed. And y'all, nan and a boo-boo, in the window, step outside, on the phone, whatever. Nah, go be with that bitch. Go do this. Go do that. Go see them bitches' kids. You know how motherfuckers do. Because they mad, because they in their feelings, because they jealous, because they upset, because they are sad. Because they feel fucked up, because they, whatever it is they feel. Because they feel low. Because they feel rejected. And they taking that out on the man, and it's going to end up having a trickle-down effect to not just the man, but the kids. Who was that on the phone, mommy? Oh, nobody. He trying to call, see them kids. You done dismissed the man. Nah, go be over there. You internalizing, you making it about you. Oh, my personal favorite, the ones that still want the man, still really want to be with the man, want to sleep with the man, and maybe sometime with fathers, they be obliging and appeasing the woman, okay? And then they decide, as a man, I don't need to still be sleeping with her. We end up going through some back and forth shit. I end up sleeping with her, and now I'm back over here, and then forgot why the fuck I don't even fuck with this bitch no more. So on and so fucking forth. You know what I'm saying? I hang my charger. And he get wise and stop fucking with the woman altogether. Now she really hot. Now she really in her chest. Now she really like, uh, you can't, you can't come over here. You can't, just because he's not coming to drop no dick no more. I done heard this a lot. I feel like this is like, whew, this is like, to me, from what I've seen, from what I've seen and heard, and it's not just where I'm from. I'm from Illinois. I done seen this in Illinois. I done seen this here in Texas. That's a lot of women who, because they cannot sleep with the man no more, because the man ain't coming to be in their face, because the man ain't coming to take them nowhere, do nothing with them. It's almost like they jealous. They envious that the man want to see the kid and not them. And that shit is crazy. Because it ain't about them. Once you have that kid, that ain't fucking about you no more. It ain't at all. It's about that child having a relationship with their father, with that other half of them, with that other side of them. Put yourself aside. Put your emotions aside. Put your feelings aside. Put what the fuck happened in the past of y'all relationship aside. Put your grievances and your reserves about him as a person aside. If you don't trust him or whatever, okay, cool. Facilitate them seeing each other. You oversee it. You ain't got to be in their face. You sit your ass over there. You know what I'm saying? You know, be on your phone. I don't fucking know. Watch some shit like that. Watch a video. Shit. Play a game like play motherfucking Candy Crush or some shit. For you know, you can do that for hours. Watch some funny shit. Get on TikTok. Get on here and watch these shorts and reels and shit. Do something. But let them motherfucking kids see that man. You gonna fuck with their psyche. You gonna fuck with what's going on in their inner self. You gonna fuck with their identity as a person. When you don't allow that. And they're going to blame you. Oh, yes they is. They're going to blame you. And rightfully fucking so. Okay? And even if they try to blame the man, even if they try to blame the man, they gonna go to him and say, you didn't do such and such. And what he gonna say? Your mama didn't let me. Your mama moved away and wouldn't give me no type of forwarding address, no phone number, no email, not a nothing. I had to try to track y'all down. And then when I tracked y'all down, she moved again. And then when I tracked y'all down to there, she moved again. And then she told me don't contact y'all. Then she got a restraining order. Then people really be doing this shit. And then people will say like, well, he could have got a lawyer. He could have got the police involved. He could have got, man, do you know how much a fucking lawyer costs? Do you know how much that type of representation costs? Do you know how much time that could take up? Do you know how sometimes motherfucker get a lawyer, pay all that motherfucking money, and it still don't come to shit because the courts side with the woman 99.99% of the fucking time? You know how many men get talked over by judges and shit? Man trying to say something to judges, fuck what he's got to say. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've been in the child support court before. Oh my God. Oh my God. The shit that the mamas get to say and the man gets to talking something, they be rushing him and shit. Every fucking thing. It ain't about you. Stop making it hard for these men to see their kids. For real, for real. It's cool to move. If you want to move away, move. Okay, cool. But still keep that door open for them to see their kids. still give them opportunity to see their kids, still make sure that they always have a number, forward an address, something. There should be some sort of connection. If you and him, every time y'all talk, y'all end up arguing, well, he need to have the give kid number. There needs to be some sort of line of communication. Should never be no, he can't never get nothing through. You done blocked the man on the kid got a phone. He done blocked. I done seen this shit happen. Hold on. Drop my phone. God damn, I keep doing this shit. I done seen this happen. I know a man that bought they kids a phone. Bought the kid a phone, started playing, every fucking thing. And the mama blocked him. How the fuck you block the person who paying the bill? It happens. All because they mad because he didn't send enough money. All because they mad because he didn't go sleep with them. All because they mad that, they'll stay claiming, I don't want him. But you mad because he in a new relationship. Don't let him be in a new relationship with somebody else who also has children, and you see him doing things with that person and their children. Oh my God. You playing stepdaddy over there. I guess you good playing stepdaddy over there. Again, you making it about you. Because if he over there and playing stepdaddy and he still is trying to see his children that he has with you, what's the problem? What's the issue? Shit, let your kids go over there and they all get together. Motherfucking happy family. I don't want my kids over there. They don't know. Okay, cool. Facilitate something different then. McDonald's play place it is. Chuck E. Cheese it is. CC's Pizza it is. It's $4.99. What CC's? What is it? It was what, $5? Why you coughing like that? You alright?
I just choked on my lollipop.
For real though. Let that man see them kids. It is not about you. Stop making it about you. Just fucking stop. This shit need to stop. I don't give a fuck if he a crackhead. I don't give a fuck if he the biggest dope fiend in the hood. I don't give a fuck. Them kids need to know who they come from. They need to know. They got a right to know. They got a right to know, and he got a right to be able to interact with them. And then that's when, if he walking away, you tell the kids don't do drugs. You know what I'm saying? You see, he look like whatever. He love y'all. But you see how he looking? Don't do that. Don't go that way. And then you show them. Because kids do what they see. Kids do what they continually see. If they continually see you getting up and being on your shit, they continually see you, getting your education. They continually see you elevating. Because, again, like the story I shared a little bit ago about my father. My father was on drugs. He was on different shit. And he was on methadone by the time my mom and dad remarried. And he wasn't on it like that. He was still smoking weed, shit like that. And my mama a church lady to the heart. Like, ain't never smoked, drank. I think she said she did drunk some booms for him like once in life. And was fucked up. And never wants to do the shit again, okay? So, the opposites definitely can attract. And it didn't matter. It didn't fucking matter. So the fuck what? All my mom's kids ended up becoming something, whether like myself, teaching school and have degrees. My brothers have degrees, and my sisters either have some sort of certification or degree of some sort in something. We all fully potential. My sister, breast her soul, that passed on. She was on drugs for some part of her life. Which he's not her, biological father, but okay. She still did something with her life as well, okay? So it don't matter. Your kids gonna do what they see most of the time. And if they mostly with you and you mostly, doing what the fuck you supposed to do, then hey, your kids gonna be fine. You got to worry about, they gonna turn out like him and his people. If he go over there and you see that, nah, cause they live with you. They with you. And another thing, it ain't nothing wrong with letting the kid go live with the dad. Definitely. Nothing wrong, especially if it is a young man. Cause I'm so sorry. Everybody think, a woman can raise a man. Yeah, they can. But it's still gonna be some shit missing. Unless she has put that man around other positive, influential male figures. And if his father is still alive and well for that to happen, that need to be one of the motherfuckers he around. But definitely ain't nothing wrong with allowing him to go live with him. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times when a man is in a position for the child to come live with them, it usually the man is doing well in life. He's fully potential. He might, have a girlfriend or a new wife or whatever. And a lot of times women will not allow the kid to go live with the man because they're afraid of losing the kid. They're afraid of the kid liking the man situation and household better than they like theirs. They might be afraid of, they gonna like the dad better or something and not ever want to come back over here. They don't want the man to like one up them and actually show them that they're a better parent than they are. They don't want to feel like they're losing. Okay, a lot of time it be financial because they getting something because the kid being there. Let's just talk about what the fuck it is. Be financial. Oh well, if he leave, then I ain't gonna get this no more. If he leave, I ain't gonna get this no more. If you been talking to that man right, if you been respecting that man from day one, if you been making sure that man ain't got no problem seeing their kids or whatever, that man might work with you. Be like, look, all right, so you can still put him on your paperwork. He stay here. Just throw me $50. But see, the problem be motherfuckers be done talk so crazy to the dad. Be done just drug the man name through the mud and just fuck him over or whatever fuck you did. You poured bleach on all these motherfucking clothes when the fuck you put them out. Whatever the fuck happened. And now you afraid that he's gonna have some sort of get back with you. Now you afraid that he gonna get your child and move some fucking where and not tell your ass. Now you afraid that he's going to basically reciprocate the actions and behaviors that you did. You got to be careful how you treat folks. But again, it's not about you. It is not at all about you. It is all about the kids. Let these men see their kids. And I'm gone. I'm about to finish my Chardonnay. All right. Saturday nights. I really hope this helps somebody. I really do. I went live to see if I could because I hit 1,000. And now that I can, I'm going to be going live a little more often. Actually showing my beautiful face. So y'all can see all the wonderfulness that is me. But anywho, this has been Free Game. Toodles. Bye. How I get off here? Oh, this thing right here.